Your next time cue will come with 3 minutes until airtime on the Georgia Southern Sports Network. Mark 3 minutes until airtime for this live show broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 2 minutes until airtime on the Georgia Southern Sports Network. Stations, if you encounter any technical issues related to this live show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 573-893-7477. Mark 2 minutes until airtime for this live show broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for today's live show broadcast on the Georgia Southern Sports Network. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, Mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this live show broadcast. Studios, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime, on my mark. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds. Have fun.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Georgia Southern Sports Network on the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield. On the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield, presented by Morris Bank, this is Hail Southern Live. Live at Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Hot wings, cold beer, and good times. Coming up, your all-access pass into Georgia Southern athletics, including a visit with head football coach Clay Helton. Hail Southern Live is brought to you by Morris Bank. It pays to bank blue. Morris Bank, member FDIC. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. And by Optum Orthopedics, the official orthopedic care provider to Georgia Southern Athletics. Make sure to tweet your questions to @GS Sports Network. Now let's head live inside Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Danny Reed.
Eagle Nation, it is great to see you again. The new season begins this weekend. This is Hail Southern Live from Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro on the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield. A long way to go and a short time to get there. 2,500 miles worth this weekend as Georgia Southern football has officially entered game week, first of two in California. Fresno State on Saturday at 9:30 Eastern. Network airtime is 7:30 with the Cutwater Spirits countdown to kickoff / tailgate show. Lots to cover athletically. The season has begun for a number of other fall sports. We'll have head coach Clay Helton for Eagle football joining us in just a little bit, along with quarterback J.C. French, a returning starter who accounted for 19 touchdowns last year. Send us a question or a comment at GS Sports Network on X. You can also do so on Facebook Live. Going to start things off now in his first full season as Director of Athletics. Please welcome to Wild Wing and Hail Southern Live, Chris Davis. That's got to feel good. First full season in the chair.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, thanks for being here, and thanks for having me. Everybody, what a packed house. This is awesome. A lot of familiar faces, and then there's a lot of new faces, which is awesome to have everybody here. And I'll tell you what, blessed,
yeah.
You know, and it's been a fun summer, but we are ready to get going. We've already got going, really. I mean,
right.
We're already rolling. We got men's, women's soccer going. We've got volleyball. Just had their exhibition match, and they're about to get going, and then we get football rolling this Saturday.
We'll talk a little bit more about football over the next few minutes or so, but let's begin with Eagle volleyball. First ever matchup in Market Arena, sweeping the South Carolina Gamecocks out of the SEC. That's a big deal for Georgia Southern volleyball after the last couple of seasons with Chad Willis. It looks like they're primed to do major things in 25. Hanner is now a volleyball-specific facility. This is a great time to be involved with that program.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll tell you, what Coach Chad Willis has going on with that program, you know, they went 14-0 last year in Hanner. They really had a lot of momentum. And then, you know, with the move to the Hill for our women's basketball program and our men's basketball program and getting a chance to make Hanner be, like you said, volleyball specific, Danny, and then all the enhancements they did, you know, big shout out to the Day of Giving Day and all of our donors that gave to that project to be able to make our volleyball program really get enhanced at Hanner. And then you take a look at what our coaching staff has done with continuing to build that roster and where we are, and they have great continuity from their senior and veteran leadership, and then they have some incredible freshman class came in, and you saw it in Market, and to those 1,200 plus fans that showed up in Market and what that was able to do. Awesome experience for our student athletes, for our program, and for all of Eagle Nation. So that was a lot of fun.
Both soccer's off and running as well. The women already have 2 victories. Both of those are on the road for the women. And for the men, 1-0-1 with their start. Going to a Charlotte program last Thursday. They hadn't lost a home match in 2 years. Reigning AAC champions. And Lee Squires gets his 150th win.
Yeah, I'll tell you what Lee's done with that program over the last few years, and now going into year 3, him and I talked about it, just how cool it is to see. These were wins that we're able to get after multiple years, you know, of building that program and seeing where we are with not only size, our speed, our athleticism, and then our talent level, and then just coming together. It's been a lot of fun, and you know, we got a chance to watch them last night. They had a heck of a match last night against UNCW, and that was a lot of fun. And it's cool. You know what, the one thing that's neat too is we got a lot of other student athletes cheering for other student athletes at games. You know, we call those, you know, Eagles supporting Eagles, and it's really good to have.
Georgia Southern football game week. We know that the end of it is going to be in California with the first of back-to-back contests, getting Fresno State on Saturday at 9:30 Eastern, so it's a little bit of a later kick, but that's how the season begins out in the Central Valley. We know that it's back-to-back games, but this is something that Matt Hassan is going to talk about in a future episode of Inside Eagle Nation. Coach Helton has talked about it as well, but simply making it possible for Eagle football not only to get out west, but stay out west. That was a huge undertaking.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know, you mentioned Matt Hassan's name. I can't wait to hear that, first of all.
Me either.
Yeah. Do you have the ability to beep out things?
It was carefully edited, I'll just say that.
But no, what Matt was able to do over the last, and our entire operation, you know, we've had 2 years to plan this. And, you know, it's a really, really cool opportunity for our student athletes, our coaches, our entire program, and then our fan base. And I've heard so many stories. I just heard one here tonight. you know, we're going to the Grand Canyon, then we're going to Las Vegas, and then we're stopping at somewhere else, and then we're headed to the game, you know. And so I've heard so many people going to Fresno, and then they're going to go to a winery, or they're going to go play golf, or they're going to go head to some national park, or they're going to, you know, so people are coming from the Vegas area, San Diego area. Some people come from Northern California. Some people are going to LA. It's just a really cool experience for our fan base. And then, like, you know, Coach will talk about, I mean, first time being in California, the road trip that we have. And I'll tell you, you know, last week was our mock game week for our football team.
Yeah.
So this week I've encouraged our operations staff for Paulson to be in mock game week. Because when you think about it, we are gone this, you know, we'll be gone in between. And then when we get back, we're in game week. And we want to make sure, you know, the beautification of Paulson is real. And because the power of Paulson is extremely real, but we want to make sure that everything looks great for all of our fans and our season ticket holders and our donors coming into Paulson Stadium. So we are really at the highest levels, making sure that we're in a good place there. And I'm fired up, though, for our student athletes to be able to go on this experience. Where from Friday to Saturday, it's a normal road trip to Fresno. Saturday night, we stay in Fresno. Sunday morning, we wake up, we head to Oxnard, to the Dallas Cowboys training facility from Sunday to Thursday. Then we wake up on Friday in Oxnard, so one more additional day for our walkthrough like we normally do, and then we travel into LA and go from there. But we're focused one game at a time, so this right now all about is Fresno State.
You make a good point about the home part of the schedule, because even though the first two games are out west, that September the 13th is going to be here a little bit more quickly. Jacksonville State is the reigning Conference USA champion, and I know that season tickets are going really well going into not just that game, but for 2025 as a whole.
So today we actually broke the record of the most season tickets, or we broke the record of season tickets that we sold last year. And there's a new, where I think we just eclipsed another number that it's like most season tickets since like 20, I'm going to get the year wrong, so I'm not going to say it out loud, but I'll get the year. I'm getting numbers thrown at me. I think it's 2019 is I believe, yeah, I'm getting a thumbs up.
But Joe Chapman had you in the back.
Joe Chapman
there
on the assist. But 2019. And so season tickets, we did really, really well last year as we broke the single season attendance record inside Paulson.
Right.
And with the amount of season tickets we have, the game times, and we're really excited about what we could do at Paulson. But it's really unique. You know, we get a road game week 1. We have a road game week 2. And then we go home game 3, 4, and then again on the road week 5. So we're dialed in, and but we were going to take 1 week at a time, knowing that operationally speaking, we got to really kind of look around the turn to be ready.
All right, with about a minute left until we go to our first break and then have head coach Clay Helton join us up here on stage, what else do we need to be mindful of?
Well, first, I want to end the show or end my time here with you with one thing. But before that, so you guys know, I didn't know if you all know, but Danny Reed's going into his 10th season calling Georgia Southern football this year. So I want to give you a big shout out, man. Have fun in the 10 year. That's a mile. We always celebrate milestones. You know, we talk about in the athletic department celebrating wins. That's a cool win, getting 10 years. And then, you know, I just want to thank everybody for being here. And listen, we're the best power of what we do is be able to, everybody here, to be a communicator about what we do at Georgia Southern and who we're about and what we're about. And so, you know, communicate. I mean, this is a big deal. Spread the love about what's going on with season tickets and trying to get into Paulson Stadium and making what we know, the power of Paulson, is real. And then wherever you can enjoy the game from. If you can get there, great on these road trips. If you can't, you know, then buy the gear, put it on, and cheer like heck in your wherever you're cheering from. And so I want to close. I know there's a minute left, 45 seconds, but hold on, I'll be right back. I got to leave the segment.
This is a first on Hail Southern Live. We've lost a guest. Oh, okay.
All right, everybody. So it is Danny Reed's 40th birthday coming up. All right, and I think the only way we send off this guy is, hey, guess what? 40 years. That's a big number right here. So 10 years on the air, 40 years. So we close out the segment. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, voice of the Auburn Tigers, Danny Reed. Happy birthday to you. I mean, voice of the Eagles, my bad. Sorry, voice of Georgia Southern Eagles. Gosh, what a disruption. Hold on. Danny Reed, voice of Georgia Southern Eagles, to you. Happy birthday. Appreciate you. Hail Southern, GATA.
Nobody does it quite like the AD, Chris Davis. Thank you.
Right here. Look at this. We're going to eat it now.
Yeah. Everybody get you. Head coach Clay Helton comes up after this timeout. Hail Southern Live continues from Wild Wing, powered by Learfield.
Your cargo transportation choice in Savannah and the Southeast. For freight management, consolidation, warehousing, and more, including flexible and responsive drayage solutions. Your success is our final destination. Savannah Logistics Group.
A logistics company that strives to deliver the best drivers, employees, and customer experience through our core values of empowerment, innovation, and consistency. Savannah Logistics Group, a proud supporter of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Eagle Nation, this is William Martin from Southern Exchange Company. We're proud to always bring you the best selection of Georgia Southern gear for game day and every day. Make sure to stop by and visit us at our store across from campus on Chandler Road or online at southernexchangecompany.com. Follow Southern Exchange on social media at SXC Statesboro for the latest gear in stock. Southern Exchange Company, the official merchandiser of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Don't let an injury keep you on the sidelines. Go where the pros go. Optum Orthopedics. They're the official orthopedic and team physicians for Georgia Southern Athletics. Thanks to Optum, our Eagles get the best care on and off the field. The good news is that Optum is here for you too. Located in our community, Optum is the leader in advanced orthopedic care throughout the Southeast. Like the Eagles, you deserve the freedom to soar. And with Optum's fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, you will. Your team, your community, your freedom. Optum Orthopedics. Schedule online today.
Looking to level up your brand? Since 1977, Bahama Joe's has been your go-to for custom apparel, promo products, and merch that gets noticed. From screen printing to embroidery to swag that makes a statement, we bring your vision to life. Locally owned, creatively driven, and island-inspired, we've got your back, your shirt, and your brand. Bahama Joe's, branded to stand out. Visit bahamajoes.com today.
Whether you're cheering from the 50-yard line or your living room couch, Citizens Bank of the South is proud to stand with you in support of the Georgia Southern Eagles. From student checking to home loans, they've got your back, on campus, in their communities, and beyond. Owned and managed by a strong group of Georgia Southern alumni, Team Seabots is fiercely loyal and always bring their best, just like the Eagles. Citizens Bank of the South is banking built for champions. Local, loyal, loud, and proud to be in Sandersville, Statesboro, and Milledgeville. Visit them today at seabots.com. FDIC insured and an equal opportunity employer.
In a world where everything changes, what do? You find something steady, a comforting hand, a dependable voice, a familiar face, someone who knows your story and your name. At Morris Bank, we've spent generations working to be just that for all of our customers. We've been right here with you through every season, every challenge, and every win. Times will change, but we know some things shouldn't, because it's not just banking, it's belonging, and it's why it pays to bank blue. Morris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When it comes to your heating and cooling needs, don't sacrifice your comfort. Ogeechee Heating and Air has served Southeast Georgia and surrounding communities for more than 15 years. With more than 35 years of industry experience, these licensed and insured heating contractors have the experience and know-how to get your HVAC job done right the first time. Whether you're selecting a new heating or cooling system, repairing an existing system, or you just want lower energy bills and a healthier home, Ogeechee Heating and Air has the service and expertise you're looking for. Call today, 912-739-4035.
Hey Eagle Nation, it's Stacy Underwood from Uncle Shook's Barbecue Place. We are proud to be a sponsor of the Georgia Southern football team again this year. Remember, game day isn't complete without some of our delicious barbecue. Load up on all your Uncle Shook's favorites for your tailgate. Barbecue pork, smoked chicken, chicken fingers, macaroni and cheese, or any of our other delicious sides. Order online, UncleShooks.com. Go Eagles!
Welcome back to Hail Southern Live, presented by Morris Bank. Make sure to tweet your questions to @GS Sports Network. Now, let's return live to Wild Wing Cafe. Once again, here's the voice of the Eagles, Danny Reed.
Great to visit with Director of Athletics Chris Davis in segment one of Show 1, Hail Southern Live 2025 debut from Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. We got 2,500 miles of United States to travel this weekend for the first of two in California. Fresno State on Saturday the 30th, 9:30 Eastern kickoff. Will be live on the Georgia Southern Sports Network at 7:30 with the Cutwater Spirits Tailgate Show. Submit your questions on X @GS Sports Network or on Facebook Live. Eagle football for the rest of the show. Now entering his 4th year as your head coach. Please welcome head coach Clay Helton to Wild Wing Cafe.
Wow, what a great crowd.
You've almost made it through your first Media Monday of the year. Almost.
Well, happy football season. Here we go.
It was cool getting a chance to get back in the rhythm of things with Inside Georgia Southern Football earlier this morning. And something that you said during our time that really struck. The start of every season, it's football, yes, and we love that, but it's hope.
Yeah.
It's as simple as hope.
Definitely. You know, you work 25 weeks as a football team, football staff, 13 weeks in the spring, 8 weeks over summer, 4 weeks of a grinding training camp, and then you get to actually go play the game you love, and there's so much hope and there's so much expectations, and that's what makes it fun, and especially with this football team. These are kids that, as you said, going into your 4th year, they've grown up under you. They know our standards, they know our expectations, they know our culture, our schemes, and just being able to see guys that you've known for 3-4 years, it helps you sleep at night, but that trust and those relationships, it gives you hope going into that first game.
What really impresses me, the way that you not only bring guys through the program, but guys that you bring in for, sometimes it's just a year, like a Brendan Harrington who will play his final season, Camden Brown after playing the first 3 years at Auburn. Whether they've been with you the whole time or whether they're relatively new, you feel like they've been here forever.
Yeah, we're so fortunate here to have such a great product in Georgia Southern, and it's a place that people want to come to. And then when you have success and you build a great team chemistry, I think that's why you see a Brandon Harrington here, a Brandon Tyson here, a Camden Brown here, some of the best players in the country, that have been All-Americans, that have been team captains, that have been ultra-productive, both at the Power 4 level, at the Group of 5 level, and they're providing value to our football team. So it's a great mix and a great balance of 81 high school players that we've signed over 3 years, and some guys that have come in to make their last season a special one.
You guys have a blueprint for where you want to get to. This is the year that you've been building towards, and there's a lot to be done. There's a lot that you have done with 3 straight bowl appearances, almost getting to a conference title game last year. What's going to separate you from where you are to where you want to be?
For us, we took a stride forward. I felt that, we improved, and not saying that better in turnovers is not, we weren't great going from 31 to 17 in the regular season, but we improved in that area. We needed to improve in November. Yeah. We went 3-1. We needed that last game. Now it's about hopefully the maturity of this football team, understanding in this conference, which it's a conference that has more bowl games than any other Group of 5 in the last 3 years, right. More Power 4 wins than any Group of 5 in the last 3 years. You have to bring your A game each and every week. You have to have the chip on your shoulder. You can't get comfortable. You can't get stagnant. And that's what I hope takes us from a very good football team that was one play away last year to we're in the championship game competing for a conference title.
Ready for some questions?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go to our Facebook Live feed. You can submit these there, or you can go to X at GS Sports Network. Randy asks, Coach, how does the team adjust to the time difference?
We've done this trip before last year. It's so much easier having been on both sides of the country in 3 decades of my career. When you go from east to west, it's not as hard on your body than going from west to east. Right. And so when you look at our kids, just like last year, we play at 6:30 West Coast time, which is 9:30 our time. These kids are, function well at night. It's harder when you're going from west to east, and all of a sudden you got a 12 noon game, which is really 9 a.m. your time. You're waking up at 4 a.m. your time to go play. So, I thought we really handled the Nevada trip very well last year. That's why we're going out on this Friday. Because we have so much time in between the travel and the game to relax and be ready to go at 6:30. So we've handled this before last year, and we decided to go the day before again.
Andrew asks, Coach, how do you keep the athletes focused on school and practice being in California for 2 games straight?
Well, I tell you what, I can't commend Matt Hassan enough, Chris Davis enough, Ryan Hall enough. for the logistics that they've put behind this trip. You know, we're not only, you know, going out there to be athletes, but we remind ourselves that we're student athletes. So we're bringing our academic service team with us within our daily schedule over those 5 days. We will have academic periods that were set within our day. So, you know, we do balance school and football, whether we're in Statesboro or whether we're in Oxnard, California, and that won't change.
Get one more question in before our second timeout. Rick asks, since Fresno State has already played, did you see pretty much what you expected?
You know, I got the question today at the media that, you know, coaches are an advantage one way or the other. You know, for us, I thought it was important anytime you have a new staff with a new head coach, 2 new coordinators like Fresno State has, that you can verify some things, that they still have their identity of what the coordinators were in their previous experiences, and be able to verify that does help. On the other side, you know, usually what happens in these early games, game 1, 2, 3, it's not really the team that goes out and wins the game. It's the team that had more critical errors.
Sure.
And so, you know, they're being one game ahead, getting that emotional energy out, that performance anxiety out, you know, being able to go out there one time and get their feet wet, does help a team. I'm hoping because of our football maturity, all these older guys, that we walk in there as a mature football team that understands, hey, we have to do the little things to win.
That's why it's got to be nice having a returning starter quarterback like J.C. French.
Oh, my gosh. It'll help you sleep a lot better, you know, when you got a guy that, you know, quarterbacks provide hope. And, you know, when you have a guy that has that type of experience that he had last year, going 6-2 in league, setting the all-time completion ratio for the history of the school, and then he walks into this season right after that bowl game, and he has a chip on his shoulder, and he changes his body, you know, he drops 8% body fat, you know, his leadership capabilities with our football team, you know, he goes from not being a captain last year to being the captain this year, and just the way he's conducting his decision-making, getting the ball out on time, his accuracy, how the ball is moving down the field. I can't wait to see him this year. I'm so excited. He provides the head coach hope, and I'm excited to see him have a great season this year.
JC will be joining us up on stage around 7:45 this evening for Hail Southern Live when we come back from this timeout. More with the head coach, Clay Helton, as we get you ready for Fresno State on the other coast. From Wild Wing Cafe, this is Hail Southern Live, powered by Learfield.
Eagle Nation, this is Marcus Sack with MESAC Engineering. When we started our full-service engineering firm, there was a lot pulled from Coach Russell's playbook. MESAC Engineering is designed on precision performance with a do-right approach. Whether you're looking for water and wastewater engineering, transportation engineering, or a full suite of land surveying services, MESAC can deliver the right product at the right cost in the least amount of time. My wife Jennifer and I are both Georgia Southern alumni, and MESAC Engineering is proud to be a partner with Georgia Southern Athletics. Visit us online at mesac.com. Go Eagles.
Your cargo transportation choice in Savannah and the Southeast. For freight management, consolidation, warehousing, and more, including flexible and responsive drayage solutions. Your success is our final destination. Savannah Logistics Group.
A logistics company that strives to deliver the best drivers, employees, and customer experience through our core values of empowerment, innovation, and consistency. Savannah Logistics Group, a proud supporter of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Eagle Nation, this is William Martin from Southern Exchange Company. We're proud to always bring you the best selection of Georgia Southern gear for game day and every day. Make sure to stop by and visit us at our store across from campus on Chandler Road or online at southernexchangecompany.com. Follow Southern Exchange on social media at SXC Statesboro for the latest gear in stock. Southern Exchange Company, the official merchandiser of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Hey Eagles fans, it's college football season and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Georgia Southern football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Georgia Southern Eagles. Let's go Eagles! SeatGeek.
The passion.
He's going to take it to the house. Dinner's cooking. Touchdown.
The fury.
There was flames on that ball.
The speed.
35-40. There he goes. Down the side.
Western College Football.
Toward the end zone. Got it for 6 points. You cannot hitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Back to the end zone. 30, 20. Say goodnight to this one.
This is the College Football Blitz. Listen all season long on College Sports Now on the Varsity Network.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Welcome back to Hail Southern Live, presented by Morris Bank. Make sure to tweet your questions to @GS Sports Network. Now, let's return live to Wild Wing Cafe. Once again, here's the voice of the Eagles, Danny Reed.
The debut edition of Hail Southern Live continues from Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro here until 8 o'clock, talking Georgia Southern football. Eagles with their first 2 games on the road, both in the state of California. Never done that before, playing a California team or in the state of California. It begins against Fresno State at 9:30 Eastern. This Saturday we'll be live at 7:30 with the Cutwater Spirits Tailgate Show. A couple more questions and comments coming in on Facebook. Coach from Cole Region Campfire. Are you looking for a 44-year-old running back? I run a sub-540 and am an automatic first down on 4th and short. That's a lot to take in there.
We take all comers. If you can make 4th and short for me, I will definitely consider it, no question.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the Optum Orthopedic Eagle injury update as well. Coach, health-wise, how are we going into California?
Going well. It was a physical training camp, but we came out pretty well. Only suffered one season-ending injury with Corey Jordan at defensive tackle. Okay. And then, we've got a couple bumps and bruises that we're waiting on. Robert Wright, who, sprained an ankle about halfway through training camp, starts practice again tomorrow. Okay. We'll work through the week. We are going to carry him to California. Don't know if it'll be this week or next week. Be a game time decision, I think, there. Jaquan McKinney has an ankle that we're nursing right now. Going to carry him out there and see where he's at with things. But we came out of camp really, really well. It's one of those that we have really good depth right now. We're about 3 deep at every position, and being able to stay healthy. Credit to James Heiss and his staff in the strength room. I thought they did a magnificent job of preparing our football team for training camp, and you can see from the lack of injuries.
And there's no real way around fall camp. You're going to have to hit each other. That's how you get ready for the start of the season. But how do you balance out needing to get ready in that way, but also getting the necessary rest and recovery?
You hold your breath. I mean, we played 2 preseason games, and they were tackle football. I think that's the only way that you can prepare for a season, especially defensively. And even offensively, you need to get hit. You need to have ball security. But open field tackling is an art form, and you have to put them in those situations. So, we've had several tackle situations. We played two preseason games that we treated like preseason games, and we came out on the safe end, thank goodness.
That's a good point to bring up, because there was a part of last year, especially going into the back half of the season, Georgia Southern was, according to Pro Football Focus, the #1 tackling team analytically, according to all of their metrics. So whatever you're doing in that respect, it seems that it's bearing some fruit.
Well, Brandon Bailey and defense staff does a really, really good job. We train it not only our defense, but our special teams in our individual periods. Tuesday and Wednesday, we still do 20 minutes of individual. A lot of people will focus on schemes. I was always taught by my dad, you better have fundamentals and technique within those schemes, or it's not going to work. And so we still spend 40 minutes a week in 2 practices to be able to continue those fundamentals and technique, and hopefully you're able to put it on tape. And as you said last year, I thought it was a good tackling year for us. We need to do it again.
Question coming in on Facebook. Coach Reed asks, any freshmen you see contributing this year?
Announced today. Trip Bryant, the kicker. Just a fabulous job by Trip and TJ going back and forth all training camp. There was not much separation in between the two. Trip did have a more productive training camp. And so it kind of reminds me of, when we had Alex Rayner and Michael Lance. You know, both are good enough to go out there and be ultra successful as they've proven in college football. And you know, that's been our trademark, is being have guys that can put points on the board at the specialist position. And we're very fortunate to have Tripp and TJ, and Tripp will go out there early.
Of course, you need to make those decisions based on who shows you what in practice and who is the most successful leading into game week. But there has to still be a sense of you need to see what guys are like after they don't do something right, so they can build back from that, and how much better they can be from that.
Yeah, you know, we've grown this football team up. We're very fortunate because of our retention to have those third, fourth, fifth-year guys backed up by some guys that, man, are really, I look forward to play. A good example, Colin Alexander, who has really gotten significant reps
for sure
with Johnny Brown at the right tackle position. All of a sudden you look up and you're going, wow, this guy's ready to play college football. Yeah. You know, and is going to, if Robert's not there, is probably going to get valuable reps, you know, in this opening game. And so it's been neat to see some of our young folks that were freshmen last year now coming into their second year, really blossoming into really good football players that are ready to contribute.
What other position battles during fall camp did you have an eye on, something that really impressed you about guys that were fighting for certain spots?
Yeah, probably our biggest area of growth was our safety position. You know, everybody looked at the DB core and said, man, you got Chance Gamble on one, Tracy Hill, you got Aiden Jackson coming back. But really, it was the two safeties in the back end that were the biggest question marks to me. Thank God for Justin Myers coming back. But you were having a second-year Prince Green that was learning. You bring in a Jaden Davis, an Antonio White, a Devin Collier as a freshman going into his second year. And I think that you're going to see, you know, probably 4 guys play in this game, you know, at the safety position until we really get a feel for who's going to be the most productive in the first couple games.
Before we take our next time out, are there any specific rule changes that you feel that fans should know about before the season opener, or just any rules emphasis that if you're either live or watching on television or a streaming service, something that you would need to know to give you better insight?
Yeah, probably the biggest change that's happened, and we talked a little bit about it at the media conference today, is, you know, just the injury timeouts. Okay. And you're going to have to make a very quick decision. They're trying to get rid of, and for good reason. You know, in my 30 years, offenses have gone so fast now with tempo. We're a tempo team also. And what happens is a lot of defenses will go ahead and have an injury or have a signal that have a guy laid down and delay the game. Well, the NCAA is getting rid of that. And so you have to make an immediate decision after a play if you're hurt as a player to immediately go down. If the ball is spotted and the player goes down after that, it will cost that team a timeout.
And that's at any point of the game.
Any point of the game.
Another thing that kind of stuck out for us, because of you see the official do this, and I'm making the T signal for those of us that are watching on radio for those substitutions as well. When the official has that T out, that means that play cannot go and the center judge is still behind the center and a ball cannot be snapped. But I understand that there's more emphasis on pace of play this year, so if there's a substitution, the defense can't take its good old time getting guys on and off the field. Yeah, that T signal is an open window for the defense to be able to substitute. Okay. And it happens two ways. One, obviously, when the offense makes any substitution, the referee will give an open window to the defense to see if they would like to bring in a different package, be able to bring a different a defender in. The other chance of getting the open window, which is a little bit less known, is when the ball goes out on the opponent's, on basically the opponent's sideline from 20-yard line to 20-yard line. So when the ball goes out of bounds in the opponent's coaching box, that window opens up again and you're allowed to substitute. We'll have Coach rejoin us for our final segment. He'll go get some dinner here at Wild Wing, but coming up after this break, QB12 J.C. French joins us on the first edition of Hail Southern Live in 2025. It's coming back next on the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
For 79 years, Braswell Food Company has been crafting delicious specialty products with a commitment to quality and family tradition. Our top-selling red pepper jelly is a sweet, spicy delight made with only the finest ingredients. Perfect for appetizers, glazes, or your favorite recipes. From our family to yours, Braswell's brings time-honored recipes and premium quality to every jar. Taste the tradition with America's top-selling and award-winning jams, dressings, sauces, and mustards. Braswell's is available at grocers nationwide or visit our website, www.braswells.com.
Nothing kicks off your game better than a handful of Georgia peanuts. Power packed with protein, essential nutrients, and great taste. Georgia peanuts are the MVP for affordability, sustainability, and nutrition. To score life's touchdowns with recipes and fun facts, check out GAPeanuts.com. The perfectly powerful peanut is brought to you by the family farmers of the Georgia Peanut Commission.
Peanut! Get your peanut!
Since 1945, the Sack Company has established its reputation by safely providing high-quality construction services. The Sack Company consistently demonstrates the highest level of professionalism, safety, and attention to details. Their hands-on experience in all phases of construction assure that you will get quality performance in a timely and cost-effective method. Accountability, care, excellence, innovation, integrity, safety, teamwork. The Sack Company. We bring business to life.
At Tidewater Equipment Company in Brooklyn, we understand how important every hour is when you're farming. We have an exceptional parts and service department, an extensive used equipment inventory, and we are exclusive distributors of Case IH tractors, planters, sprayers, combine balers, and more. We're here for everything you need when it comes to agriculture. Visit Tidewater in Brooklyn or online at TidewaterEquip.com, your premier Case IH tractor dealer. To those who work in acres, not ours, we thank you.
There's a science to preparing your home for hurricane season in coastal Georgia and South Carolina.
And Window World is here to help. Our impact-rated windows and doors are tough and tested to protect your home from damaging wind, debris, and rain. Right now, take advantage of special financing with no interest if paid in full within 15 months. Call for your free consultation today. Window World of coastal Georgia and South Carolina.
Your local hurricane impact specialist.
Next time you need a dozer, a light tower, a scissor lift, or any other job site supplies, call Yancey Rents at 1-844-YNC-RENT or visit YanceyRents.com and get the best maintained equipment in Georgia. With 17 locations around the state and a new expanded lineup of equipment ready to be rented right now, Yancey Rents wants to be your preferred rental supplier in Georgia. Again, that's 1-844-YNC-RENT or visit YanceyRents.com.
BBWH Insurers, owned and operated by Georgia Southern alumni, has been serving Southeast Georgia since 1888. Our partnerships with quality A-plus rated carriers such as the Central Mutual Insurance Companies provide affordable and comprehensive coverage for your family and business. BBWH Insurers protects and supports our own. That's our true blue promise to you. Call me, Ashley Ellis, at 912-764-9602 or visit us online at bbwhins.com. And go Eagles!
Cerchero's Fresh Mex, Statesboro's home for friendly Tex-Mex, fresh every day, is proud to partner with Eagle fans to bring you party platters, taco kits, and fresh boxes, perfect for tailgating. Stop in before the game to enjoy burritos, tacos, nachos, quesadillas, salads, and bowls created just how you want them, with only the freshest of ingredients. Take advantage of online ordering to pick up at the window for quick service on the way to the game. Visit us online at Cercheros.com, proud supporters of Georgia Southern Athletics.
This is Hail Southern Live, powered by Learfield, live at Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Here's Danny Reed.
Head coach Clay Helton will come back up in just a little bit to help us further preview Fresno State. That's the season opener this weekend out at Valley Children's Stadium in the San Joaquin Valley. 9:30 Eastern is the kickoff. We're live at 7:30 with network coverage with the Cutwater Spirits Tailgate Show. We promised QB12, we deliver. Eagle Nation, welcome in J.C. French to Wild Wing Cafe. A lot different in 25 than 24 because a year ago at this time, you had been the starting quarterback for about a week. You had won that three-way QB battle. You end up accounting for 17 TDs through the air. Coaches highlighted you setting the program record for single-season completion percentage. Now you're a KG vet. Now you're coming back for year two. So what's different?
Yeah, so I think my approach just to being a starter and trying to be the leader of the team has shifted a lot. Coming into my second year, there's more confidence that comes with that, and being the leader of a team, and that's kind of where my mindset shifted, was to lead my teammates in every aspect that I could.
A coach has made much about the transformation you've made physically, dropping 8% body fat, but really from a 100,000-foot view, that's just a glimpse into the kind of commitment you've had on the field, in the weight room, film room. This has been a complete transformation for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I focused on that a lot, and I felt like that was an aspect in my game and in my life that I could really focus on and pursue at a high level, and I think it's going to help me in all aspects.
All right, I understand that Josh Dallas has turned into your personal chef.
Yes, he has. He gave me a lot of tips on what I should be eating.
What's been your new favorite thing to eat?
I think my favorite thing is just ground beef and rice. I mean, that's really it.
Or is there a certain quantity we have at a time? Is that multiple times a day, or how does he set you up for success?
Usually I do like a pound for dinner, and then I do eggs in the morning, and then maybe like something else during lunch, because I do kind of get tired of some stuff. So I usually end my night off with a pound of ground beef.
Is there a time for a cheat meal? Have you had to throw those aside, or?
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, there's been cheat meals, but I've tried to limit it, obviously, because I might get carried away.
Also, talking with Coach Applin, somebody that I think watches more film than any other coach I've ever worked with, he says that you watch more now than any player that he's worked with. What about the additional film, not just that you're watching more, but what about that film has been allowing you to be more detailed?
Yeah, I think just becomes a student of the game, like Coach Helton says, has helped me a lot, and just being like my football IQ has gone up. Just watching defenses, what they're trying to attack, what they're trying to do, what we're trying to do against certain defenses, just going over and over it has really helped me further along in my knowledge of football and all that. So Coach App's done a great job of helping me further my football knowledge.
How much more has that helped you be a sort of a mentor to guys like Charlie Johnston and Weston Bryant, who are just beginning their college careers?
Yeah, I just preach to them to not start slow like I did, not take it as serious as I should have, and really just start fast and just soak in all the information you can from all the older guys. And Coach App does an unbelievable job of teaching all of us. I'm so thankful for him. And really just letting the guys know that there is a time clock and it does run fast. And I'm on my last couple of years, and there are some regrets I have. So I'm just trying to fight every day to not have any more.
Coach Helton has brought up a couple of times the talk that you and him had in the tunnel down in New Orleans after the bowl loss to Sam Houston, where whatever happened that day was not going to happen again. Was that the realization that you had to be different, or was there something that you maybe felt throughout the season and it just got to that point?
I think throughout the season, I didn't play as well as I wanted to, and at that point it was kind of the breaking point of that I needed to change something if we wanted to be a championship football team, because I know there is a lot that comes with being a quarterback of a team, and I have to be the leader, and I understand that, and I just want to attack this next season with my foot forward and knowing that I did everything I could to help this team.
We had a chance to visit a little bit during the summer. We did a segment about your mechanics, how you process everything, but what kept coming up with all that you have to do before a snap is how fast this all has to be done, how quick you have to think. How did you train your mind to operate and fast forward?
Yeah, I think having a pre-snap read, indicators of what the defense is trying to do, and that comes with game planning. And then, like I said, Coach App does a great job of getting us ready for games and kind of helping us, guide us with having a pre-snap plan and getting our eyes in the right spot before and after the ball snapped.
When you're going in that hyper pace, which I know that you guys like to go to sometime, are there parts where guys just have to know because of all those banked reps, or are there still parts that you need to communicate before you're going even more quickly?
Absolutely. I think just the chemistry we built with the guys and all the reps we have in practice, we kind of have that, we're on the same wavelength. Like me and Josh have a great connection because we've been building it for the past couple of years. Same with Dalen Cobb. And Marcus Sanders, and Camden Brown's a new guy this year, but he's taken on the full responsibility of learning the offense and everything that comes with it. So I'm just super excited to allow them to have a a big season.
That's got to be a great feeling to look on the outside and see 6'4" on one side, 6'4" on the other side. Look, you've had some great guys to work with in Caleb Hood and Derwin Burgess, but to have those physical presences on the outside, bringing in River at tight end, bringing in Amon at tight end, there's not just ability, but there's size there too.
Absolutely. It's a nightmare for corners to go against big guys on the outside. And I love it. Just give them a chance and they'll go make a play for you.
What was your reaction to being named a captain?
I mean, it was a true honor. I'm also thankful that I was chosen by my teammates to become a captain. It's been something I've been looking at for 3 years now. And I'm just super thankful for them and obviously Coach Helton for giving me the opportunity to even be in this position.
Is that something that you had an opportunity to do when you were in high school?
It was not. So this is the first time I was named a captain, because every time in high school it would just be random senior selected. So it wasn't like a set captain. So this year meant a lot for me.
When you're watching other guys, and this can be college or pro, when you're able to sit down and just watch a game, when you examine the quarterback position, where do your eyes go?
It really starts with the pre-snap plan that they have, like where their eyes are at, what they're checking to. If they're checking to the O-line, a protection, they see a blitz coming and slide the protection the other way. It really just starts up front and knowing your pre-snap indicators, which makes you elite, in my opinion.
I know you're a big Lions fan, at least the offense they run. You've talked a lot about Jared Goff, and his play caller, Ben Johnson's now the head coach for the Chicago Bears, but he had to be as creative as anybody last year with everybody trying to be the cutting edge and trying to, I guess, move the chess pieces around in full defenses. But what do you take from someone who has made an offense like that and maybe incorporated into the way that you do your thing?
Yeah, so I like to watch the Detroit Lions a lot with Coach App, like you said. We were actually watching them today on some plays that we could maybe add to our arsenal one day. And really just seeing Jared Goff make it happen. Like, there's quarterbacks that are in the league that, they play good, but Jared Goff gives his team hope. He makes stuff happen when something might go bad. But he's just the guy, and you can tell that he's there and that the whole team loves him, and really just being the leader of his team.
What does it mean to you to give your team hope?
I believe that's a quarterback's job. Coach Helton says it all the time. It's our job to provide hope for the team, and it's super important that the guys can lean on you and trust you that you're going to do your job in the hard times.
California this weekend. What are you most looking forward to about football on the other coast?
Oh, well, it's my first time in California, so that'll be fun. Obviously, I'm excited to play somebody else other than our defense, because we've been playing our defense for 6 months, and it's getting kind of tiring. But, yeah, super excited to go out to Fresno and play USC. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us.
What about Fresno defensively stuck out from the Kansas game last week?
Yeah, so I think they're very well coached. They come from a system in NIU that beat Notre Dame last year.
Yep.
So obviously there's a lot of hard coaching points right there, and you just got to be sound on offense. You got to make the right reads, the right checks at the right time. So I think they pose a great challenge for us, which we're up for.
9:30 is the kickoff from Fresno this Saturday, 7:30 Eastern airtime with the Cutwater Spirits Tailgate Show. It's been a lot of fun watching you develop, and I'm really excited for you in 2025. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
That's quarterback J.C. French. The fourth QB12 will make his second year as a starting quarterback this Saturday out in Fresno. Head coach Clay Helton back up one more time. We'll talk about those Bulldogs after this on the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
Your cargo transportation choice in Savannah and the Southeast. For freight management, consolidation, warehousing, and more, including flexible and responsive drayage solutions. Your success is our final destination. Savannah Logistics Group.
A logistics company that strives to deliver the best drivers, employees, and customer experience through our core values of empowerment, innovation, and consistency. Savannah Logistics Group, a proud supporter of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Eagle Nation, this is William Martin from Southern Exchange Company. We're proud to always bring you the best selection of Georgia Southern gear for game day and every day. Make sure to stop by and visit us at our store across from campus on Chandler Road or online at southernexchangecompany.com. Follow Southern Exchange on social media at SXC Statesboro for the latest gear in stock. Southern Exchange Company, the official merchandiser of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Hey, Eagles fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Georgia Southern football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Georgia Southern Eagles. Let's go Eagles! SeatGeek.
Next time you need a dozer, a light tower, a scissor lift, or any other job site supplies, call Yancey Rents at 1-844-YNC-RENT or visit YanceyRents.com and get the best maintained equipment in Georgia. With 17 locations around the state and a new expanded lineup of equipment ready to be rented right now, Yancey Rents wants to be your preferred rental supplier in Georgia. Again, that's 1-844-YNC-RENT or visit YanceyRents.com.
The passion.
He's going to take it to the house. Dinner's cooking. Touchdown.
The fury.
There was flames on that ball.
The speed.
35-40. There he goes. Down the sideline.
The best in college football.
For the end zone. Got it for 6 points. You can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Back in the end zone. 30, 20.
This is the College Football Blitz. Listen all season long on College Sports Now on the Varsity Network.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACTA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
This is Hail Southern Live, powered by Learfield, live at Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Here's Danny Reed.
One more segment, Hail Southern Live this week from Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Send us a comment or a question on X at GS Sports Network or on our Facebook Live feed. Special thank you to quarterback J.C. French for joining us for a little while. QB12 enters his second year as a starter coach. I don't know about you, but a guy that eats a pound of ground beef for dinner, I might want to be a quarterback again.
Well, I'll tell you what, he does such a great job with his diet and what he's done with his body. It's really transformed his game, too. He's been ultra athletic, but now you see him move around, escape in the pocket. Kudos to him. You know, I think he got on the Josh Dallas plan, which a lot of our guys have, and they're really eating and very healthy. And thank goodness for Miss Katie, our nutritionist. What she does for our young men is just incredible.
As we said, Fresno State has already begun its season. They lost at Kansas last Saturday, 31-7. New coach Matt Entz, new coordinators, new quarterback E.J. Warner, and I feel like we should start there because even though he only got one offer out of high school, Georgia Southern was recruiting him back in 2022.
Yeah, we offered E.J. and we're recruiting him. I think it was David Dallas's year, our first year.
Yeah.
In watching E.J. come out of high school, we knew that he was going to be a good college quarterback. And you look up and he's thrown for over 8,000 yards in his college career. And you saw just a maturity about his game last week. Got put in some third and long situations last week that, he's taken a hit. He steps up the pocket. He completes about 3 balls that are just big-time balls under duress. And so you could see the maturity in his game. We'll have a challenge with him. He's deadly accurate, obviously gets the ball out on time. It'll be a challenge for our defense.
This seemed like this was a team that wanted to be, quote-unquote, smash mouth with Coach Entz, bringing that style from North Dakota State. New coordinator Josh Davis from South Dakota did a nice job marrying the compact pass game with that smash mouth run game. But after they got down early, it seemed like they tried to throw the ball a lot more to play catch-up with Kansas. Was that still beneficial to see what the passing game could look like, even though they still want to be that running team?
Yeah, you could really get a feel for that opening drive where they drive down and score on Kansas. They use their run game, they use their RPO game. And you can see that's kind of the identity that kept them ahead of the chains. And then Kansas did a nice job of being really first and second down efficient for the rest of that half. Getting Fresno in some third and longs, and then you see the 2 turnovers on both third and longs, one a fumble, one an interception, again being under duress, and that created the separation of 24-7 at halftime. And then things really settled down, and I thought both defenses played really well. I mean, it's a 7-0 game in the second half as far as scoring goes. So this is a good football team that I think is trying to find a little bit of identity of what they want to be offensively. But, when you see how efficient they were on that first drive, you go, whoa, they have playmakers. If they stay ahead of the chains, they're dangerous.
New coordinators on offense and on defense, but a guy that's back. It's his 17th year at Fresno State. It's a guy that you know really well from your time at USC. We talked about him earlier today. I know you're excited to catch up with John Baxter.
Yeah, Coach Bax is one of the all-time great special teams coordinators out there. Learned so much from him as a friend, learned so much from him in special teams, and in just fundamental and technique of special teams. And so this will be our greatest challenge by far in the entire season on those special teams units. This week, we're dealing with a master of his craft in Bax.
Did get a comment in. This is something that we haven't had a chance to bring up yet, but a late addition to the roster. In fact, just this summer during camp, Ty Furnish had played his career at Virginia. What's his status?
Yeah, Ty has come on with us. We're going through a waiver process with the NCAA. It's been filed. We're waiting for answer back to be able to see how many games he will be rewarded for this season. He does have 2 seasons. He has been, man, what a great teammate he has been. Here's a guy that started 30 games. Comes to Georgia Southern and just says, hey, I want to find a love for the game again, just a love for life. And he's really found a great home here, has fit in with our guys so well, and walks down there on service team. Here's a guy, 30 games he started. He's going down on service team, and you just see the smile on his face just to play ball. And so I can't wait to have a chance to use him. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball when that's going to be.
Okay.
But I think our whole football team is going, whoa, this guy's a special talent, and we look forward to seeing where his career takes him here at Georgia Southern.
You were helping the media earlier today, since you're the expert on California. Fresno's not really NorCal, it's not really SoCal, it's in that valley that separates the two, and you talked about the travel that'll be needing to take place from Fresno to get to Oxnard in LA. It was nice to get a lay of the land before we head out there.
Yeah, the Valley is a special community, and I told our guys, you're looking at a mirror image of yourself. It's a blue-collar community that loves its football. The team loves the community. You'll see the V that's on their field, the V that's on their helmet that stands for Valley. It's just something that they've had a winning tradition for a long time, back in the Pat Hill days, who's been a dear friend, and just to see their success year in, year out. And heck, my first game as an interim head coach was against Fresno State, and a guy named Carr at quarterback that was pretty darn good. So I've known this program well, and I think Coach Ince just fits it to a T. His toughness, his discipline, what he did at North Dakota State, bringing that to Fresno State, they're bound for success. When he gets his culture in there, his players, they're going to do a good job.
I think they had a receiver named Devontae Adams for that game, too.
Yeah, he was pretty special. He's still playing on Sundays right now. But we were fortunate to win that game, and that was a special moment for me and that football team with Cody Kessler, Marquise Lee, and the boys getting a big win.
Coach, our first show of the year is done and over with. We appreciate the time. Safe travels getting out to the Central Valley. Let's go 1-0 this week.
I appreciate you. Hail Southern, baby.
That's head coach Clay Helton, for Director of Athletics Chris Davis, and quarterback J.C. French. Data Reed signing off from Statesboro. We'll talk to you Saturday night, Fresno, California. Eagles and Bulldogs 2025 has arrived on the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield.